Technical difficulties. We're in the building this morning, man. Yeah, put it on. Second knob is you. Listen, I can't do fucking... I can't be your sound guy, too. No, I mean, I can. But, I'm not gonna be. Huh? Second one. The bottom one. Yep. Just turn it all the way up.
You. Alright. Yeah.
You know?
Hey, listen. Hey. I'll take my news with coffee. Everybody gotta know that. We got some stuff topics today. You know what's so crazy though for me? It's always, you know what I'm saying, being able to adapt to the times. I feel like the news, what is newsworthy? Like how do we deem, as a society, what is newsworthy? What is worth, like...
Any fucking thing is newsworthy. Anything is newsworthy. Like us sitting in this room talking is today's news because we're doing a new show today.
Yes, we are.
Who liked it? You did?
I did.
Of course you did.
You already know.
I always see something new and I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah, right. That ain't happening.
So I'll take my news with coffee is something that I wanted to start again because I like the early morning waking up and taking some coffee vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And you're always checking up on news and you're always looking at things and you're always like, doing it by yourself.
Facts.
And I figured, why can't we do it with everybody else? So brand new news for us is we started the website.
Oh.
So everybody can check out fameradiolive.com if you haven't, which I'm sure you haven't because I just fucking made it. But there's some stuff there that you can check out if you want to fucking, if you want to see past shows, if you want to, just check out some news, if you want to chat with us, if you want to do things like that, then go ahead, fameradiolive.com. But today we're here to talk about just current things. Current things. Doing a little sharing here. I'm debating if, it's up to you, if we should throw this audio up on some other sites.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should.
Of course, why not?
The more the merrier.
Merry. I like things, of this nature.
All right, so we talked about the war at first. I don't know if I want to bring that back.
I mean, for me, I look at it like this, right? For a war, people have to be practical about things.
Should I play the clip again for people that because I know they didn't hear it, we heard it?
Play the clip so people will understand exactly what's going on.
Oh, this is what somebody thinks.
Yes.
So this is an opinion from somebody on TikTok. Whether or not it's real, we don't know. Is the internet ever real?
Right.
But apparently this is some news that's going on. So let's play this clip for the viewers today.
United States says war will happen on Wednesday in Ukraine. From an official news source by the name AP News, we read that Russia has massed well over 100,000 troops near the Ukraine border and has sent troops to exercises in neighboring Belarus, but denies that it intends to launch an offensive against Ukraine. The U.S. picked up intelligence that Russia is looking at Wednesday as a target date, according to the U.S. Did you know that Jesus Christ prophesied this exact event in history thousands of years ago? He said that a sign of his coming and of the end of the world will be that there will be wars and rumors of wars. He quoted this fact in Matthew 24:6 of the Bible. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And it's happening, exactly how Jesus Christ said it would. Follow if you like this content. United States says war will happen on Wednesday in Ukraine.
Alright, I'm not going to play it again. I'm trying to actually just shut it
Diane
down.
forgot to
whatever the fuck it wants. I mean, they're always adding, like I said before, man, they're always adding Jesus into things.
Like, why do you gotta add him in it?
Right.
What do you gotta do with it?
War is imminent regardless. regardless of whether Jesus said it back in fucking 1301, fucking can't even say BC because that's before Christ, right? So he would be talking before himself. But war's gonna happen anyways, and I think that the Ukraine is gonna get sloshed if it does happen. The war size between Ukraine and Russia is just insane. But you know, I don't want to touch too much on the war because we were talking about that also earlier. And I don't want to bore people with war. But I do want to bore people with something that we've been talking about for 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
The vid.
The vid.
But what I do want to talk about today is, see, on Monday, 5 states announced that they're ending mask mandates, which I think it's a little different than these 5. It says California, Connecticut, Delaware, New Jersey, and Oregon, which I know it's more because...
And New York is going to start
right.
theirs, too.
And Sunday... What's today's Sunday?
Today's Sunday.
I think Friday also was Rhode Island, and Friday was also Massachusetts. Well, Massachusetts made the announcement for schools, but the schools are not going to take place until the 28th.
I was going to say, I don't know if that's... Massachusetts, I'm not sure.
It's not official.
Nah, not yet. It's not.
But
and it's not official in New York
It's
neither.
officially announced, but it doesn't take place until the 28th.
Yeah.
So they can, you know, wait a couple more days or a couple more... What is that, like a week or so?
Probably a week, yeah.
It's the 13th today?
Yeah, it says the 13th.
Yeah.
So it's about a week.
We got Valentine's Day tomorrow. Anyways,
you know what's so crazy?
So what do you feel about the mask, man?
I was going to say, I'm like, with the mask, I mean, me personally, like, you know, I don't really, like, for me, it gets to the point like this, right? Like, from a business standpoint, for me being a business owner and me having my own, I haven't hired any employees.
Right.
But
you're your own employee.
Yeah. So I look at it from a company standpoint, you know, I definitely am all for them having policies and people going for the policy. You don't have to do it. You can always go and find another job.
Do you know how to right. Do you know how to say is this how you share a YouTube video?
No. You could do it like that, but you don't need to do it like that. You could do it like that though.
I think I should.
You don't have to. But you can just go to the side and just press share and it gives you a key.
I didn't see it.
Watch, go back to it and then share.
What a loser I am.
Hey, you said it.
That's all right. I just did it a different way.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You know, I mean, it's just like with the mask mandate. I definitely just feel as though like, you know, I don't see the big deal about having a mask because, you know, I have my own personal reasons and own personal studies that I've looked up, you know, that supports my ideologies. Right. But, you know, at the same time, I'm not really here to debate on what's right or wrong.
Right. And I think masks don't necessarily work 100%, but I do feel as if they help. But also, here's what grinds my gears a little bit. What also helps is social distance, right? And this is why it grinds my gears. Look at this. And this is also why it gets me upset, because you shouldn't have to have a pandemic in order to practice social distance.
I mean, the thing is like this, right? And I'm all for the social distance, but I feel like people need to be practical. I feel like people practical, and I feel like 6 feet is way too. But like, come on, man.
But you shouldn't have to be an adult to notice.
You know, I'm not talking about breathing down people's necks.
Right.
But at the
give
same
somebody
time,
space. I don't want you talking in my face regardless.
But this is what they always taught you anyway. You know, between arm's length. If it's arm's length, then you should give me that space. I definitely feel as though people go too extreme with it. And I just feel like this is just a lot of extremism that's going on with the, you know, it causes for a lot of extremism. And what I mean by extremism is, you know, like, you know, people can't cough nowadays without you saying that it's COVID. And like, honestly speaking,
definitely,
it just gets too much. It's like, bro, if that's really the case, then stay the fucking side, bro. Yep. Or won't y'all find a spot where all of y'all mandated and vaccinated people go and parlay and talk about the boring shit that y'all do on a daily life? Fact of the matter is, I don't like things being shoved down people's throat. Hey, listen, if you want to go eat healthy, go eat healthy.
Yep.
But don't sit around here and make podcasts and shit about how people ain't shit if they don't eat healthy.
Right.
You know, don't sit around here and try to chastise me because you are willing to take the vaccine, which, you know, that's your prerogative.
Right.
But it's also my prerogative to understand that, you know, I have research that some people can't afford to do research. If you're working in a job and it's mandated, you
Right.
don't have a choice.
Right.
Either you going to take the shit or you're going to
So
get fired.
speaking of that, right? Let me
Yeah.
ask your opinion on this.
Uh-huh.
Because something similar happened recently.
Okay.
So you know what I do for a living now?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a COVID tester.
It's actually
right.
a perfect job for you.
Right. So I work in a place where you come get your COVID test, I do your test for you.
Perfect.
So with the mask mandates now that are now dropping,
Okay.
we still have on the door that masks are still required in our establishment, which to me makes sense because you're walking into a building that is specifically made for people that are maybe positive, right?
Yeah, of course.
So the lady walks in without a mask, gives us bullshit about putting a mask back on, and then when we give her a mask, she just grabs it, takes it, and says, "This doesn't work," and then storms out. What do you think about that? Because I'm thinking, even if I respect her opinion,
Yeah.
but I also respect other people's opinions to if masks work or not. So maybe maybe it doesn't work, but if she doesn't think it doesn't work, it doesn't mean that in that building or in that establishment that she shouldn't put it on anyways to respect everybody's.
I mean, at that point, it's
You
like
know,
this.
it's not like she's in her own. If you want to be in your own house and do that shit,
Yeah.
fine. Or if you want to be outside walking around and you don't want to wear a mask, you can fucking walk around. But you're there to get a COVID test because you might be positive, and you're gonna make a big deal about us asking you. I'm sorry, I don't want to fucking catch what you have. So, for my respect, why don't you just put it on?
I mean, let's like this, right? I'm 100% with her opinion. However, I wouldn't necessarily voice my opinion on that. I just wouldn't get a COVID test. I don't agree with any of that shit. So
Right,
I don't go near where people
Because here's
go
the
to
thing:
extremism.
whether or not here's the whole. I don't understand the whole importance about testing.
Yeah.
Because there's no cure for it. So whether or not you're negative or whether or not you're positive, the outcome is still the same. You can't do anything about it. You just have it. So if you're feeling a little sick, stay the hell home.
But see, this is the type of shit I'm talking
Don't get
about.
a test if it doesn't matter. You just know now. Well,
Unless you have a job, certain jobs,
Right,
they can
right,
do that.
unless
But it
the
doesn't
job
seem like
needs
she
it.
had that type of problem.
Right.
So if you're doing it for personal reasons, like I said, I choose not to be around extremism. Whether it's extremism from both sides. There's extremism from people who have their opinions on the vaccines, and there's extremism from people who don't like the vaccines.
Right.
For me personally, I'm like, I don't like. For me, it's like this, right? I don't use this type of ordeal to justify a lot of the actions that was going on. Me personally, I feel like you shouldn't be coughing in public in the first place.
Right.
Shouldn't be coughing in public. Cover your mouth. Before none of this, I
Right.
don't need a mask in order to do that. However,
Yep.
as I said, I don't own these companies. If I own these shopping stores, nobody will be able. No, if you want to wear a mask, that's fine. But you're not gonna mandate in any establishment that I have control of.
Right, that I own.
I don't control any of these, so I just won't go. And it gets to the point where it's like, even though I have my judgments, I still wear a mask in certain places. I don't have no gripes with it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But there's only a certain amount of places. Like when I go to my therapy session, they still have, because it's a healthcare facility. Technically, even though
Right.
it's mental health, it's still healthcare.
Me too, right. Where I
You
work
have to.
too,
They have a
technically.
mandate where you have to wear it. And wearing Pound Revolution, I go back to that before. It's a game. It's like a political simulator where you play as the president of a state, or you don't even have to be a president. You could be an emperor, you could be a ruler, however your political system is set up. That's how you but it shows you about the mandates and the things that go on within the mandates and why, like I said, you don't have to agree with the mandates. I don't like I said, I just don't put myself in situations where anybody has to tell me. Nothing that I do in my life, somebody can tell me that I have to do something. That's the way I set up my life. But if I was a 9-to-5 worker, or if I was a person that needed to be in these establishments,
Right.
I would not have any gripe about it.
Yep.
I just wouldn't.
That's what
just
I'm
me
saying.
personally.
It's like you do. You don't necessarily care if there's, you're not for masks, you're not against masks. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But you still have the respect enough to fucking you know, if a place like, you know, where
Yeah.
you go for your doctor is asking you to put it
I'm
on,
gonna put it on.
who cares, right?
Put it
the
on.
fucking thing
And
on.
my therapist even said, like, yo, when you come in here, you can take it off. And I never did. I just, you know, listen, it is what it is, man. Like I said, I choose to go to therapy. I can always say,
Right.
fuck you.
Right.
I'm not doing
You
therapy.
can choose to leave or not.
I'm not doing it.
If
And,
it
like,
makes the person you're dealing with face to face comfortable that you're wearing it, then why not put it on?
see, but but the thing is, like, it's a gift and a curse, though, because at the same time, I'm just gonna make you comfortable, and I'm not gonna be comfortable. This is not what we're doing
Yeah.
here. So at some point in time, I don't have that ideology of making people comfortable because I don't really care about making people comfortable. I'm just gonna
it
be
could
real with you.
Right. It
I just do it for a respect factor. That's just really all what it's
That's-
about.
yeah,
It's just a
that's what
respect
I'm-
factor.
that's what I'm
for
getting
me.
at, right.
You know, if I have a respect factor of understanding, like, yo, listen, I'm not susceptible to catching COVID at all. You know this. I've been
Mm-hmm.
around so many people who had COVID, and I came over here after my homeboy had just got COVID. I was like, yo,
Right.
I just got done smoking L with him.
right.
And I told him that before I came here so that he didn't like, yo, what the fuck? This is crazy. But it's like, yo, I didn't catch it. I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I had to feel like I had to let you know that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But at the same time, I feel as though it's a respect factor. And like I said, you know, I don't want to be around extremism. You know what I'm saying? At all. This is the reason why we live in the country that we live in, because we don't like to be around extremism unless it has 3 Ks in front of it. But at the same time, at the end of the day, it gets to the point where, like, America as a whole, you know, you can voice your opinions. And that's the thing about the United States is, like, if we really wanted to, like, I'm not a complainer. What I am is I'm a solutionist. So what I would say is, if I had the money and if I was these people that was complaining, you know what I would do? I would go and create an establishment where you don't have to have a fucking mask. And that's where I'm
Right.
keeping on all the maskers. Or if you're an anti-masker, you can come in this establishment. And I'm not going to tell people not to wear a mask, but you're not going to want to come to an establishment with people who's not wearing. You know what I'm saying? So you can weed out if that's really the case. Let's create that. But that's a different political issue because, you know, that's kind of creating diversity. You know, and separation, and not really diversity, but separation.
How do you feel about vaccines?
Well, you already know. I feel the same way with the, with the mask. They don't work. There's scientific evidence that shows you it doesn't work, and you know a lot of things, the long-term effects. Look, first and foremost, like this, right? Way back when I used to get when they used to give you these vaccines, the vaccine was to prevent you from getting it.
Right. That was like the original plan
Yes.
for vaccines.
Yes.
Now it's not.
COVID changed everything though, because
Right.
before COVID, that wasn't allowed. This is the
Right.
reason why I say, like, this, like, when people ask me what I think about it, I think that this is setting up something for people. This is setting up an event for something greater. They want to condition people's minds to be okay with certain things, so that way when they put it to you on a larger scale, it's not going to be too dramatic of a change.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, they want people to get this notion of the government cares about you, which we know that they don't. And when you're talking about a vaccine, the vaccine, like, how could you sit back and say, first off, I've never heard of a vaccine where you need another vaccine for the vaccine.
Oh, all these boosters and all this shit like that.
You know, like, and then you know, you can still catch it.
Right.
Yeah, you can still catch it, but you might not die. First off, you didn't die the first time
Without the vaccine.
without the vaccine.
Right.
And the thing is, I feel like a lot of this is just like, listen, if you don't want to be around people, fine. I understand that. You can go to Walmart between 6 and 7 o'clock. They have their senior citizen hours. You're not going to be around anybody then. Choose wisely, people. That's all I'm saying. There's no sense of sitting back complaining like the lady at your job.
Yep.
That's stupid. First off, if I really felt that strongly about it, why are you even getting tested?
Right.
Why are you even getting tested?
It doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense to me.
At that point, it just makes her look like a fool, and it makes you look childish.
That's exactly what I thought. That this lady was sitting here arguing about a place that you're choosing to be.
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you. And not for nothing, if you want to go to another place, they're going to tell you the same thing. Another
Of course.
testing place, they're going to tell you the same. There's no testing places you're going to be able to go to where they're exposed to the, like, regardless of how I feel about it, it's still something that does get you sick. It will get you sick. You will throw up. You will feel like shit. You will feel like death. This is just what happens. But at the end of the day, it's like, if that's something that you were really concerned about, then you should understand that 10 times. You should understand why they would want to wear the mask 10 times. Whether this is not about your personal opinions. Not about my opinion. If I walk in there, I'm walking in there. First and foremost, it's an establishment that has already been established. The policy.
Right.
Policy's already known.
You're there for a service.
So if they're sitting back telling you not to and it's like this is what kills me about certain people, man. Regardless of how deadly it is or not, it's still something that could get you sick. It's just like covering your mouth.
Right.
People don't do that enough. People still don't do that.
Period.
I've seen people to this day,
COVID or not,
just
legitly just
cough.
letting their shit
and
fly.
we be in supermarkets sometimes.
Right. Just letting their shit fly, bro.
But I'm supposed to be okay with that, bro. I'm not. I'm supposed to be okay with your germs. This is ultimately why I agree with I've always agreed with social a form of social distance. Obviously, I don't agree with this being 6 feet.
Me
but
too.
I do agree that you should be arm's length from a person. If I can stretch my arms and I can touch you, you're too close.
Right.
And I'm sorry.
I don't know what you were doing with your hands 20 minutes ago.
People don't watch. How many times have you went to the movie theaters, right? Or even better yet, a restaurant. Going to the bathroom. You're washing your hands, and you see how many people come from the store and go walk right out?
Right out.
While they're watching you, wash your hands.
Right. Maybe even say hi to you while
they
they're
will.
walking the fuck out.
Hey, what's going on? Give you a nice little wave with their dirty hands. Oh, gosh.
And the crazy thing about even restaurants, right? The thing that always got me about restaurants, even not even from COVID, right, is just the reuse of forks and shit.
Oh, my goodness.
To me, that's fucking disgusting.
Gross. And you don't even think about it.
And I do it. You know what I mean? I go to a restaurant and I eat with the forks and shit.
But I still think about it.
But
how
deep
weird
down,
is that?
I'm
how
like,
weird
who
is that?
else was using this damn fork?
And a cup. How many
And the
lips
cup, the coffee
have been
cups,
on
right.
this cup? That's the reason why I always ask for a straw.
How much cleaning
Oh my goodness.
are you actually doing? Because I've done I've done a dishwashing job back in my day when I was younger.
Yeah.
And they're not like the school ones. Like when I took a culinary class in school.
I remember that.
Because you had to. So
You used to
I took
bring home man shit.
Right. And that class, they used to run the silverware through this
pressure
fucking
washer?
steamer and
pressure
shit,
washer,
right?
that right there.
But when you
get all
go
the germs out.
to if you're going to whatever, Chili's, not to throw a name out
Not
there,
to throw them out, even though I love their chicken Christmas.
Right, it could be anywhere, but
Could
I'm
be
just saying.
Friendlies, anywhere, any
I
restaurant.
doubt they're throwing their shit through
I
a
don't think they
fucking
are.
steamer and a
I don't think-
sanitizer.
And what about the local mom and pop shop?
They got somebody
that?
that's over there with a
I think they got a hand washer.
Right, they got that little thing
Maybe
that looks like a
dishwasher.
shower head.
Thank you.
And they're just spraying it,
And that's
then
that- and
that's
that-
it.
So what are we supposed to do
Is
then?
that taking off your this dude? Or this it doesn't have to be a dude, but this person that was maybe doing some nasty shit with his mouth, or maybe even has
I was gonna say you
or
never
something.
know. You never know.
With his mouth was just now
Putting his lips
all
on
lip
it.
and tongue with your coffee cup.
What if he was tongue in the damn? Because some people drink weird.
Right, you're a little you go to take a sip of your coffee
got your tongue out.
you do a little lick to the cup because it's dripping. You know what I mean?
No, that's
Right.
so gross.
What if somebody had a real disease and was using that before you, and the person that's working there
Isn't that
didn't
something?
clean it correctly?
We don't even it's things like that you think about after, and even having this conversation, I still will go out to eat.
Right, I'll be out there using them forks.
But it's like this, right? How weird would it be if I brought my own silverware? How weird would that be?
I would say that man is a fucking genius.
I would say that if I see somebody pull out their own silverware, I'd be like, damn, why the fuck did I think about that?
Or why not switch to plastic silverware?
Oh yeah. Well, no,
But I know, right? I know. Then you're getting hit with that.
Because they're even getting rid of straws.
Right.
Straws are not good for the environment.
So I went to get a soda. Speaking of that, was it a soda? No, I think it was Dunkin' Donuts. I don't remember where it was, but I was getting a drink.
Okay.
And now they have to. Now this place has to ask you if you want.
Yeah.
Right. Which I thought was crazy in the first place because I'm ordering this drink with a cap on it. What do you think? I'm a fucking animal? I'm just gonna put my lip and suck the fucking juice out. So yes,
That's
I need a fucking straw.
Yeah.
And then the straw they give you now is cardboard.
Yeah, it has to be. First of it, coming from the thing is like this, right? Like,
But is using cardboard versus
it is.
plastic?
It is. It is.
So now you're doing.
Do you want to know why?
So
though?
now you're doing trees versus.
Well, we can always grow trees, and that's
you
the
can
thing
always
we do.
melt down plastic.
Not really though. And the thing is, what happens is, and that the what happens too is that the straw is not plastic. It's like a different. It's like a different. It's a different substance. And
What,
on top
regular
of that,
straws you're
yeah,
saying?
regular straws are not all plastic. And a lot of the times, what ends up happening is they're not recyclable. Like, you
Right.
can't recycle those. So
Right.
what happens is it ends up going into the
In the
oceans,
ocean or something
to
like
the
that.
and I seen something on Facebook. I'm not Facebook, on YouTube. That one of the ads.
But
So
what about the? Go ahead.
but yeah, no, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say then. What about the fact of the cardboard straws being put in the ocean?
It won't though.
Does it dissolve?
It would dissolve, but technically that goes.
Like in time, does it just turn into
it would
like
be
mush?
It wouldn't be something that an animal would get caught up on. It would obviously there's water pollution, and that's something that we definitely would worry about. But technically speaking, that's not. I don't think that's the mind frame that we're looking at. I think we're looking at it from the standpoint of people are more. It's more realistic for people to, because they've already been doing it. People already recycle cardboard, and on
Right.
top of that, you can. It doesn't have to be in that actual form in order for you to. You know what I'm saying? Like, put it this way, I just feel like it's more practical, and I feel like when people, the reason why they look at it from that standpoint of wanting cardboard straw versus semi-plastic straw.
Hold on 1 second.
Is that us?
I think it might have been my
Might be,
phone.
like, live right now.
Let me check real quick. I don't know, to be honest with you. I think it might have been my. Yeah, I think it's my phone is on. Cause I don't hear it now. I just went to go check a post and I did. Oh, right here. Look,
Yeah, it's right there.
this
there it
is
goes.
playing. All right.
I mean, it's all in the design, man.
I think we should figure out a way to make, what do they call it? Biodegradable?
Yeah, yeah,
Is that what it's called?
yeah. It is.
I think we should figure out a way to make all shit like that, like biodegradable, like cups, forks,
Yes.
nasty shit.
Things like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Things like. I mean, it's in the making.
If you're going into a restaurant, give me a fucking cup that's gonna dissolve after I'm done with the fucking drink.
But
Not like that fast, but
No,
you know
I know,
what
I know what you're saying. And honestly speaking, that is a great idea. However, I just like with things like that, you have to also understand that plastic companies are not gonna like that.
I'm like laying down in this fucking chair.
I know. Hey, that's what
Yeah,
happens.
that's gonna be
Plastic- but
a
that's one of the reasons
downfall
why
for companies like
Plastic companies are not gonna like. Straw companies not gonna like that. But at the same time, who cares? Like,
Right.
you're a straw company. You make a better straw.
that. Right,
don't-
hire somebody that's gonna come up with an idea.
Thank you.
Right.
Do your job, actually.
Right, that's what you're making millions
Do your
for,
job.
right?
Things happen. Like in business, we know that that's the reason why you have
There's
to
change.
There's always change.
Right.
Always change. You always have to go back and do something. Even in jobs, you got to go back and recertify for things.
Exactly.
Nothing in this day and age lasts forever.
Mm-hmm.
So at the same time, it gets to the point where it's like I said, it's not like people. I feel like sometimes people just need to throw their opinions out the way and kind of look at it from both sides of the coin.
Right.
And try to find an ideology that's like meets in the middle, because it just like for me, it's just like one of those. It's tough to look at a situation from somebody's standpoint when they're not even trying to look at all of the facts that is presented to them.
Yeah.
So it's like it kind of gets to the point where it's like, what am I talking to this person for?
Mm-hmm.
So like one thing, let me ask you though.
All right.
How do you think Joe Biden is? Like, not even what he's doing. What do you think of, like, when you think of Joe Biden? What comes to mind?
I think like recently, I think that presidencies have been, like, what's the name of the word I'm looking
Crap?
for? No, like novelty. Like I think it's more of
The name?
yeah, and I think it's more also of an entertainment purpose now than it is of actual politics.
Wow. You know
Right.
what? Wow, that's a powerful statement.
I think it is. Because now look what goes on. They don't share anything. Because
No,
if
they
you would have,
don't.
like, if you would have asked me, like, I'm not a very political person, right?
Okay.
So if you would have asked me, what Biden has been doing, or what, like, if he passed any bills or anything like that, I couldn't tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But if you would have asked me what Biden was saying on TikTok about some little fucking girls or something, I could direct you right to the post. And that's why I think it's more about entertainment than it is politics itself. And the bad thing about turning politics into entertainment clearly is because, running the country. but everybody thinks that they know about politics now.
Thank
like,
you.
look at 15, 20 years ago. You couldn't, before you could find anything out about politicians, like, let's go back to, like, the Bill Clinton era, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You knew what he was doing because it was on the news.
On the news,
you know what I mean? You didn't go to Google and you didn't find out about
On Twitter or
his scandal because of shit
on
like that.
AOL, like AOL Messenger, that nobody was messaging shit.
You
like,
had
hey,
to
did you
find
yeah,
out what
you're
the
right.
hell was going on. You know what I
you're
mean?
right.
And you had to. He did. He visited states and cities. I remember he came to Fall River, and you had to go there and listen to him speak. That's before. I think, like, even being an entertainer in general, I think it's gone, like, to a crazy time where you can just literally see everything about a person's life without even fucking, like, before when you were a celebrity. Like, I was talking to somebody, well, I don't know if it was you or not the other day, like, when I was talking about being a musician back in the day, and if you wanted to,
It was.
right, if you wanted to work, if you wanted to work with somebody, you had to
go through somebody.
Right. Now you can fucking message. You could message Joe Biden right now on
Literally.
fucking online.
And honestly speaking, somebody will see it.
Right. Whether
And
or
if
not
it's
they
work-
reply, but
This is what I'm
right.
saying. But that somebody will see, and a lot of these play, like, Biden's not running his own Twitter account, but
Yeah,
50
yeah.
is.
Right.
A lot of these cats, especially these young cats, they running their own Twitters, they running their own Instagrams. So whether, like you said, whether they reply back or not. Fact of the matter is, the thing is,
You
what's
could
crazy
still
is
do it.
it's a different time because people are interested in what you're doing in your life. I don't know.
Definitely.
I don't know if you remember, but I know you remember, but I don't know if a lot of other people remember. In the early 90s, you know what I'm saying? Mid 90s, early 2000s, nobody cared about your lifestyle. Nobody cared what you did after you
Right.
got off the mic.
Right.
After you left the concert, we just implied that you was doing some rich people shit.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You out there with we assumed more than we cared.
And MTV News would supply you with, like,
Every
little
hour,
tiny,
every hour, MTV.
Things
That's
like
how I
that.
found out Tupac got shot. Both
Right,
times.
and I was just gonna say too, and it was mainly, like, important shit.
It was all important.
It
shit.
wasn't like
only-
it wasn't
only-
like TMZ. It
Yeah.
was, oh, look, this person
It was-
fucking
it was-
flipped out
yes.
inside of a Starbucks.
Like, we care about that.
Right.
Kim Kardashian is dating this ugly white dude. I don't
Nah,
care.
right. It was never like that. So just being a
Kanye's
celebrity.
doing some weird shit. Like, the thing is, what thing? It's like a gift and a curse though, because
Yeah.
before, when you have your grievances, you wasn't able to go and have your Twitter fingers like Kanye, for instance,
Yeah.
and say things that you wouldn't normally say. And if you calm down, you probably be like, you may even still remember, you may still feel a little bit of that, but you won't feel enough of that to the point where you're gonna tell the world that. And if you have a large enough audience, you have a number of different people
Yeah.
knowing exactly what you're posting, seeing what you're saying. So it's like, for me, I just feel like, when you're in a bad place, the worst thing you can do is be on a platform where a bunch of people are here for entertainment.
Yeah.
Because people want to see you. People like to watch downfall.
And everything is everything is geared towards that now. It's like these celebrities can't say. If you look at the ones that are not in the spotlight, they're the ones that are acting like celebrities back in the day,
Yeah.
where you can't get in contact with
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
where you can't see them on the street, or they're
But
not.
those are the ones who are way more mysterious. Like, you don't see things like The
Right.
Weeknd. When you got things like that, it's like in the 40 Laws of Power kind of speaks on it. I don't recommend the book, but there's certain things that stuck with me within the book. And one of the things was, be less available.
That's perfect, right.
And
And I feel like in order to be a real celebrity, not to say the celebrities aren't real, but in order to be that celebrity again, you need
authentic.
to be secretive, right?
I think a lot of these people are personalities and not celebrities. Even the big ones, even the ones that got 50, 60 million followers. A lot of them are
now,
personalities
like, if
and not
you look
celebrities.
at, like, if I go into a room, like, if I show up to a place per se, and let's just say, looking at this ad here, so let's use him as an example. If I
Yep.
walk into a fucking place, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, I just ran into fucking Kodak Black. You know what I mean? That's dope, because he's not always readily available.
Facts.
But if I go into when you run into a YouTuber,
You're like,
I'm like, right? Like,
it also depends, though.
I'm also in their live chat talking to them at the same
Yeah.
time. He's too available. I feel like, yeah, that's cool. I
I mean, it depends though, because
Younger
part of
kids
it, you
now,
like
that's
the
like,
transparency. A lot of those rappers, like,
Yeah.
if you notice, people like Kodak Black, he's not unavailable because he's always in the news somewhere. You always hear about him somewhere.
I was just throwing him in there.
Nah,
as
I
an
know what you're
example.
saying. It's like if you wanted to look at a person like J. Cole, for instance,
Or Denzel.
or Denzel.
He's
These
not
are-
on.
these
He's
are-
not talking on Twitter right now.
Nah, you don't have a Twitter, but
Right.
part of that too is like it's a different age nowadays because, like I said,
Yes.
people care, and like that type of celebrityism. You notice even J. Cole changed. Even J. Cole started to do features because he realized that shit is not sustainable.
Yep.
It's just not. It's just really not.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's good to have a balance. You know, you're not going on IG Live every single day, but you'll do something like, I don't like to bring him up, but like how 6ix9ine used to do. Every once in a while he goes on there. You know what I'm saying? Or how Tory Lanez was doing it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like even if you went on, it was something that was expected. People needed that. People wanted to see that, and it was a void when he didn't do it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're a person like, Logan Paul, or a person like, somebody that's always out there, somebody that's always available for interviews, somebody that offers interviews that, nobody even, obviously you're a bigger name, so they're not going to deny the interview, but they didn't go chasing you. You just happened to see him and you gave him a soundbite.
Yep.
You're always in the news. Well, that's the things like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I never hear about you, I never hear from you, to me, that's real. To me, that's a real, because I don't like using the word celebrity or anything like that, but for me,
Right.
like that's like a real, that would be like somebody that you would, and a celebrity doesn't necessarily have to be somebody that's well known. A celebrity
Speaking
could be
of
that guy down the
celebrities,
street.
Today is the Super Bowl.
It is.
And let's do some bullshit news that nobody cares about because that seems like what's hitting right now.
Yeah.
So, do you have I know
Bengals.
we don't. Right. I know we don't really give a shit, but I was gonna ask you, do you really have
I'm
somebody?
going with the Bengals.
So this is 12 famous Cincinnati Bengals fans that you wouldn't think.
Of course not, because
Were-
Cincinnati Bengals don't have.
So Woody
fans.
Harrison.
This is like, what's crazy? Like, and I'm not gonna refute this, but I would really like, for my own personal gain, I want to see some of their tweets before fucking Cincinnati went to the Super Bowl, because let's be real here, they haven't won a championship in like 30 something. Like literally,
Have they
I'm
ever
32.
won? Have they ever? Or was it the Browns
Nah, it was the Cleveland Browns.
that never won? Right?
Nah, the Cleveland Browns won one.
Did they?
With Jim Brown.
I
But
think
I don't
it
think
might have
Cincinnati
been
has won
Cincinnati.
any.
I
I don't
don't
think
think they
Cincinnati
won.
has ever won one, but they haven't even went to they haven't been to a playoff, meaning like a Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl, yeah. I don't think they've ever
in
been.
30 something years. It's
Right.
like 35, 30, 37, maybe even 40 years. So it's that deep. But that's what I'm trying to say though. Like it's just so like, listen, he seems like he's from Cincinnati, Ohio, but
He
never
looks like a
repped.
Cincinnatian.
Yes, he never repped Cincinnati until now though.
Right.
It's like one of those people you'd be like, oh, you're black?
Like out here, a couple years ago when the fucking Eagles were in the Super Bowl.
Bro,
everybody was an
Everybody's an Eagles fan.
Right.
Everybody had the Eagles shit on.
And then when it was back to
Where
the
they
fucking
at?
Patriots, you
Where
know
they
what I
at?
mean? Right.
Where they at?
I hate that. Announce your team. You know what I mean? Be the
Announce
same
your team before the damn season starts. How about that?
Right.
When the season starts, everybody already knows my teams don't change. I like all
That's
Boston
what we should
teams.
do. We should stop picks.
Yes.
We should take bets on teams before
the season.
Right. You have your team now. You're
Yes.
locked in.
Yes.
So that way, when February rolls around,
I don't want to hear nothing.
yeah, you're not
I don't wanna hear
wagon
nothing.
jumping.
You
know?
can't bag it. You can't wag and jump.
Right.
You know?
And that's big in this area.
It is. It is.
Huge.
So who else? We got Woody Harrison.
All right, let's see who else. Oh shit, Gary Owen.
Come on. You know what?
I was not
You know what?
taking Gary Owen.
You know
as
what?
a
He is from Cincinnati.
Is he?
He is from, and you know what? You know the reason
right,
why I
that
know
makes
that is
sense,
because
man.
and some of his stand-ups, I do believe that I heard him say, I'm just a Cincinnati kid.
Well, then that makes
So
sense.
I can see him because I
Right.
could have sworn that I actually heard in his stand, and he's really funny by
Yeah,
the way.
he's dope. I like
Really
Gary
funny.
Owen.
He's
Gary
always
Owen's dope.
invited to his to the cookout. It's unfortunate that him and his wife, his wife is black.
Yeah.
Wife was black, but him and his wife.
Oh,
is,
they
is-
split?
Yeah, they're divorced.
Oh,
they're divorcing.
man,
yeah,
man.
unfortunately, they were such a good couple. But yeah,
Yeah.
I can see him.
I could definitely see him.
Yeah, I could definitely see him. Who
Ready
else?
for the next one?
Who else?
Do you know who this is?
I don't know.
Bootsy Collins.
He's a funk star, so
The
he used to be in
funk star.
70s probably.
and he's from so Fear the Tiger.
Honestly, he looks
Is
like a
what he
person
says.
that didn't even really care about sports like that.
I
but
wouldn't
now,
I wouldn't take him for.
I'm
so,
not
like, if I
taking
was
you for a
looking
Bengals
at
fan,
him,
bro. You don't watch football, bro.
No,
You don't watch
no.
football.
All
Let's be
right,
real.
next one. George Clooney.
All right, now I know he's lying.
He's lying.
I know you're lying.
He doesn't like sports either.
You don't even like sports,
He doesn't
bro.
strike me as a guy that this Sunday you're gonna walk into his house and he's gonna have a couple
All
friends
Cincinnati.
over watching the game.
Wrong.
Wrong. He doesn't
Wrong.
watch football.
He doesn't even look like he really eats wings.
No, he doesn't.
He don't eat wings.
He's not getting those fingers full
You're
of
not
fucking
getting those
buffalo
fingers.
sauce,
No, he's
bro.
not. No, he's not.
Next one.
Next one.
Nick Lachey.
You know what? I was just gonna say that. That is the G word, bro.
Yeah,
That is the G word.
Sorry for that.
Yeah, listen.
Good thing this is internet radio.
Yeah, this is it. Listen.
Good thing.
Listen, honestly speaking, when we say this,
And no offense to anybody.
we're not
out
saying
there
any
that's-
offense, but
right.
like this is one of the things too, and I'm just gonna
we
touch on
come
this
from
real
a
quick.
time.
If you want, like, listen, we're not trying to treat you any different than we would
Right.
treat anybody else. We make jokes. You
We're
can
from
make
a
jokes
time
about
that
us.
That doesn't mean that. That means whack.
It means whack.
Right.
It means you're acting like a little whack child that needs to go home. Yeah,
Right.
you're acting. You listen. It's just one of those things. So it's like when we say it, and even for future reference, it's not coming from a cause of disdain. But he looks sweet to me, and there's no way that this fucking guy
No
is
way.
watching the Cincinnati Bengals. I refuse to believe that.
Next one.
Everybody, next one. Come on, bro.
Carmen Electra.
Bro, get the fuck out
When
of here,
has she
bro.
been relevant in any news?
Lit-
Now they're gonna throw her in some
Literally,
Super Bowl fucking.
come on.
You know.
You're a
she's
Cincinnati fan?
She's from Ohio.
Well, so just because she's from
No,
Ohio,
her husband
come on.
is,
Oh, wow.
and she makes them the wings, and that's why she is now.
But
a
she
Cincinnati
makes the
fan.
win. But she don't even. She's the type that asks, "Hey, so how many points is a field goal?"
Right.
But you're a Cincinnati Bengals fan though.
While watching a fucking hockey game and asking if they scored a touchdown.
Oh my goodness.
One of them.
Oh, yeah, she is one of them. Like, oh yeah, it's Wayne Gretzky play for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
She's one of them.
All right, one more. Well, I
right.
don't know if it's one more. How many
Nope,
is there?
It's 7 out of 14. So we got a
Holy
couple of them.
Christ. Ready?
Hold up.
Number 8. Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah, he does. Kirk Herbstreit. He's actually he's
I'm
actually
not
in
gonna
football.
lie to you, I'm not
He's
a-
in football. He's a college he's
I'm not
one
a
of-
huge sports guy. You know that.
Yeah.
I like some sports.
Yeah,
you know.
there's nothing wrong with that. This right here is true. He's actually an analyst. He's
Kirk's herping. Hey, how about shutting that Kirk fucking...
I was going to say that.
Yeah, it's
sometimes
hotter
I be
than a
forgetting
dick
about
in
it. Yeah,
here.
sometimes I be forgetting about
My
it.
back is sweating again. You know you're getting hot when your back sweats.
Oh, when your back sweats, it's done.
All right, Kirk Kirkman, we're out
Kirk
of here.
Herbstreit.
Herbstreit.
Yeah, it's Kirk Kirkman. He's like, what? Who's Kirk Kirkman?
All right, here we go. Dan Patrick.
All right, yeah, he's a sports analyst.
Yeah, I know who he is. I didn't know.
I would, I wouldn't put it past him, but I don't think that's his. I think he also has other teams that he roots for.
He looks like a
Cincinnati.
Cowboys guy.
He looks like he would be. His second team would be the Cowboys.
Yeah, he definitely looks like a
He looks like a Cowboys guy. He looks like him and Jerry then hung out and ate wings
Right.
together.
Number 10,
Okay,
Josh Hutcherson.
bro, on some real shit, I don't even know who this guy is.
Me neither. So we're gonna go ahead and just skip
Say,
right over
Yeah,
this.
I'm gonna skip over you, bro. I don't know
Ready?
who you are. Hold up, 11.
Jerry Springer.
you know
no,
what?
he's from Ohio.
Listen, I would say Jerry. I would
Right,
say Jerry.
He's from Ohio.
You know what? I look at him as a semi casual fan. Like he knows more than the casual like guy that just casually just watch players, but he doesn't follow their sport until probably like week 10, week 11, and until he knows that his team is actually okay or worth watching, he'll watch him.
We're gonna
Go on a quick
continue
break.
this list.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna play a quick song when we run through this list. When we come back, you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about.
Just want something real to get through the night. That's why I ask myself, is she with it or not? Is she with it or not? Because I've been through hell, I'm feeling there's something's not right. Can you keep your promises? Like I keep mine. Give me that loyalty. Give it all to me. Baby, anything you want, just name that thing. I just feel that soul reaching out to me. So I'ma grab grab it, so take a hold of me. Yeah, give me that loyalty. Give it all to me. Baby, anything you want, just name that thing. I just feel this soul reaching out to me. So I'ma grab it, so take a hold of me.
Baby, give me that loyalty, yeah, that's all I need for me to make this right with you. Promise I'ma give you all of me, so when you calling me, I'ma come right back running to you. Never mind these pictures, they be all on my phone when I'm away from home. On my line, I ain't getting back at them. All they really want is cheddar, but they can't get a dime from me. Promise I never sweat them. All I need is your L-O-Y-A-L-T-Y, babe. The smile on your face just brightens up my day. A lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets is what I need. Turn around, let me grab your waist. I give you all of me, give me all of you. So when we fucking and touching, here's what you ought to do.
Give me that loyalty, give it all to me. Baby, anything you want, just name that thing. I just feel that soul reaching out to me. So I'ma grab it, so take a hold of me. Yeah, give me that loyalty, give it all to me. Baby, anything you want, just name that thing. I just feel this soul reaching out to me. So I'ma grab it, so take a hold of me.
That was my man PG Brown.
Yo, I love PG Brown.
Yeah, that was my man PG Brown. I don't wanna
If
put it
anybody,
in there.
if you guys get a chance, you know, we have New Music Live.
Yep. That
and
we
he's,
stream. We'll be streaming today on
Yes,
Facebook.
yes, we
The
will.
Facebook,
Interwebs.
Facebook,
Facebook,
But
Facebook
you
page.
can also find the show on FameRadioLive.com. You know, you can find
love
it
the sound of
there.
that.
Right?
Find
Sounds
it there.
nice,
It
right?
sounds really nice. So,
FameRadioLive.com.
so if you don't catch it live, you mean to tell me they could just go on the website and just listen to it,
Just listen to it
or they can go on their favorite platform, like
and
if
just
you
get it.
yeah, if you want to listen to it on fucking Apple,
Apple, Snapple,
Spotify,
Snapple, Apple.
Spotify.
All right, so we ended at.
We ended up at Jerry Springer, and we was like, we was like in the fence with him. Like I do see him like watching the Cincinnati Bengals,
Bangles.
but I don't look at him as
Bengals.
being. I don't. The Kirk Herbstreit is the only one that I can sit back and say would probably have like a man cave decked out in all old, Cincinnati gear. You know, like if I have a man cave, you're gonna see all Boston legends when you go downstairs. The first person you will have to is Larry Bird and actually Wilt Chamberlain is probably gonna be the first one, and then after that is gonna be Tom 6-ring Brady. I don't acknowledge the other little dumb ring he got after he left us. Woo.
So let's roll. Yeah, we'll do like an hour. Let's do number 12.
Okay. Let's
Ready?
Go. Let's
Number
who
12?
would it be though?
There's only a couple more.
Who would it be? Who's a? Come on.
Kevin Youkilis.
Bro, you played for Red Sox. You don't like the Bengals, bro? You like the Bengals? Really, Kevin, really? And he plays, in case anybody doesn't know, he plays baseball.
Right.
So he's a sports guy. So nobody like he plays a professional
plays a
sport. So
professional
you can't
sport.
say he's out of like that's true. I'm gonna believe that one. He's probably a diehard fan. I don't even know who this guy is.
Bill Hemmer.
Oh my goodness.
Does anybody know who this guy is?
Does anybody?
Fox News personality. That's who he is.
I'm gonna skip that one.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm
I
gonna go
don't- I
ahead
don't-
and say I don't care about that.
Yeah, I don't
Last
care
but
about
not
that one.
least, Den.
Bro, did we not just?
we were just talking about
Did we
Denzel.
not just?
Isn't he from Ohio?
I don't know where he's from. Denzel is from the movies. That's why I feel like he was born in a movie set on fucking fake Mars.
Right. I thought that this motherfucker was. I think he was. I thought he was from. Honestly, I don't know where he's from.
I don't know where he's from.
Like I couldn't even guess. If I was to guess where he's from, I have no idea.
Wow, I wouldn't. Wow, that's news to me. Yeah. So one
This
thing
is
that
like a lot of this news is trash.
Yo, you know what's so crazy? You want to know? I was talking to one of my guys the other day. Actually, it was early this morning, and We was having a conversation about breast milk.
Breast milks.
And he's sitting back saying that breast milk is for babies. Okay? I'm like,
I mean, technically.
as a human, okay, but then I messed him up here when I was like, okay, so the cow milk that you drink, is that not for their babies?
Right. So we shouldn't be drinking that. Right. It makes more sense.
To drink breast milk.
Right.
It just if you're gonna do that or drink coconut milk, because you can actually get milk
I
from
just
a coconut.
think that we don't need to after a certain age because it's specifically made, like you give it to a baby so it grows and gets the nutrients from the milk.
We know that.
Once you're at a certain age, you can get nutrients from different, like real food, you know what I mean? Salad.
But that's the thing, though, too, though. Like, I can always argue
you don't
against
have
that.
to, like...
Because, well, you don't... Just like technically, you don't have to eat meat, neither. I mean, you can go in... But people still like to eat meat. And, like, you know, you grew up drinking milk until they fucking told you that there was a lie.
I don't even know
They
how
told you
I
there was
did
a lie.
that,
They kept that lie going on for a while. Like, to the point where they lied to your mom. Like, they had your mom thinking that.
Right. I don't even know how I did that. Like, I look back, like, I can't even drink a half a glass of milk now.
Honestly, I haven't seen you, like...
My stomach can't even handle it
We've been rocking for, like,
anymore.
what? Almost damn near 20 years.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So, and in the last 5 years, like, let's just say the last 3 years,
I think the last
you
time I
haven't
had
drunk
milk,
not one glass of milk.
I had some milk like a year ago because we bought Oreos and I was like, oh, let's get some fucking milk.
So you
dude,
got
I
your-
had like a half a glass and I was a fucking mess, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, my stomach was a train wreck
Oh my goodness! I bet you
Yeah.
on the toilet.
for hours.
Oh
bro.
my goodness, that happens to me too, though. And it's not.
Now
And I'm not
it's
even
like-
just It's not even like you can't say that I'm lactose intolerant because I've been drinking milk my
And
whole
I
life.
eat cheese too, so it's
I
right.
can't be
it's not-
lactose intolerant. I
right.
eat cheese. Like
Well,
so.
your body changes every 7 years.
But if that's the case, though, so it's selective.
Yes, because it's also the same way with allergies.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You can go your entire life almost with zero allergies, and then all of a sudden,
Now you're right. Now you're right.
boom!
you're
now
right.
you're allergic to fucking cat fur,
And swordfish
right?
and fucking
Semen.
SpongeBob. See, that's a disease out there. Some
Semen.
people are semen. You know that yo. Honestly
I don't
speaking,
know, but
that would be kind of weird, bro. I don't. But then
That
again,
was-
I see somebody. Oh man, you know what I seen? I see. Yeah.
Is this got to do with semen?
Nah, it doesn't. It has like it's some chick was she was afraid of moths. And it's like, yo, it was so funny because Maury was like, bring out the moths. Yo,
Yo.
it was so
He used to do that shit
funny,
all
bro.
the
Like,
time.
oh my goodness, like that's like her biggest fan. I'm looking like, bro, what type of I don't know, man. Everybody's different, but for me, I just look at it like that's just kind of it's kind of petty. Like there's certain things to be like scared of that's like really petty. Like a butterfly, for instance. How can you be afraid of a butterfly? A butterfly is literally harmless.
I want to talk about this for a second.
E.T.?
I don't know what I don't know why, and I'm not gonna because the articles are pretty fucking big.
Oh, wow.
But this is the best, worst, most famous, and most infamous movies that have been banned around the world, and that's why I'm curious to know, like,
banned?
why is this movie banned?
Yeah, isn't
E.T. It's not banned in America. I could tell you that.
Duh, we made the movie.
Right, and we still watch it.
I watched it the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow,
I don't even. It wasn't. That was just like
That's
background
surprising.
music. Yeah, it was background.
that's surprising. So what? That's a good movie to put on the background.
It is.
Definitely. Let's see what number 2 is. The Great Dictator, which
I can kinda
I mean,
see why.
I could see that. I
kinda
mean,
see
the
why
picture of it itself
I was
is
going to
just
say
like,
the picture looks racist. It
Yeah.
looks like a bunch of people about to get burnt up,
yeah.
and I don't. Yeah, I
Like
don't,
that doesn't even look like Charlie Chapman. If that's Charlie Chapman, that
it
looks
is,
like
probably.
fucking.
It looks like some fucking.
Oh
guy's
yeah,
about to
look,
get
Chapman.
burnt
I
up.
was gonna say he looks like Adolf Hitler. Look,
I was
the
gonna
film
say,
which
yeah.
impugns Adolf Hitler. Wow. All right, let's get out of that. Number 3, The Last Temptation.
And
of
you want to know
Christ.
why that would be? Because in
That makes
Muslim
sense.
countries, I'm not trying to put that on the Muslim countries because that conflicts and people are not going to watch that, and it's going to just
Right,
cause
they
so
could
much.
be putting out a bad.
It's
Right,
just gonna certain
that's
things.
like
are gonna
another
cause,
country
yeah.
making a movie portraying Americans. We'd be pissed.
Not
We'd be
really.
like, we don't act like that.
Yeah,
What
no,
type of
we
shit
would-
is that?
Honestly, Americans are good with things like that.
Right, we
where,
probably
like,
wouldn't
we
care,
laugh.
but we would still be
laugh.
like, wow,
We would laugh.
that's what they think we do. Huh?
Yeah, we would laugh too because
Right.
because we know how obnoxious we can be. Like we
Mm-hmm.
know this as a person that's living in America for 32 years and counting. Americans can be quite obnoxious.
Oh, 100%.
especially if they're from New York.
All right,
It's a little jab, right in the kisser.
just
right in
say
the
it.
kisser.
Got to grab opportunity when
The
it
Last
arises.
Temptation of Christ. So I can understand that one too.
All right, ready?
E.T. I still don't get.
Yeah, E.T. I don't get. The Exorcist.
I can understand
I
this.
could see that.
I can understand this because it's, you know what's so crazy is because a lot of countries like
Ghouls
believe in
and
that
ghosts.
ghost shit, and they believe in like spirits and like negative shit like that.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think it's a demonic movie as much as just a scary ass.
I love them.
I
just
think it's a
saying.
scary ass fucking movie. Like that's just what I think.
Even though it was made in fucking like 79
79 or 74.
it's still fucking
And
scary.
you want to
as
know
fuck.
fun fact? All of the Exorcist movies had some shit go ahead. Like there was a quote unquote they thought it was a curse. Do you know that in the making of this movie, like 3 people died? The director died.
Yeah.
Cast member died.
Yeah.
And
on some like weird shit too.
Yeah, and the main character that played the Exorcist, the girl that was getting Exorcist, she had a mental breakdown.
Exercised.
Yeah. Literally before
that weird?
drop,
that's
she
the
had a
term.
mental she exercised.
Getting the exorcism done
exercise.
is called getting
You
exercised.
get exercised.
Like the priest comes in and just works your legs out.
He just works out. He goes in, puts you on a treadmill.
Next one, well, I thought that was. I
think it was just showing us.
Yeah, it was like
just
the
showing us
article, right?
and then
so
this is actually
5
showing
is-
us,
all right.
like it's actually giving us, like
All
E.T.
right.
is.
All right, so we'll skip
This is
that one
corny.
because we
That
already
is
talked
corny.
about it.
First
All
off,
right, ready?
but the thing is like this: what could you possibly like? You know what? You know the Catholics. This Catholics don't believe in extraterrestrials.
So here's what it did: the Swedish Board of Film Censorship banned it for children under 11
what? Why?
because of the alien thing.
Get the fluff out of here, bro. Really?
Portraying adults. All right, so it says here, charging the film about a lovable and lost alien with portraying adults as enemies of children. That's
So
why
they was
banned it.
jealous. It was some.
Because
It was some freaking some narc.
And you remember when the space team came in and tried to take over
Yeah, they
Elliot
did.
and
Yeah, they
shit.
did. I
So
remember
they
that,
took
yeah.
that as.
So you took that as parent hate. So it was some freaking Debbie. That's the reason why kids don't like parents. When you do parent things, when you do adult shit like that, it gives a stain for all of us adults.
Yeah, I'm skipping this.
You know
one.
what? I kind of feel like I'm a semi-adult, even though I'm 30. I'm about to be 33
Yeah,
years old.
we quite don't feel like one.
I don't feel like a full
I'm
adult.
with
Like
you.
I'm not as serious as my mom was at this age.
Nah, I'm with
I
you
can
on
joke
that.
around.
I think I'm gonna go. I think maybe when I'm like 40 or 50.
I'll say 50.
I'll say 50.
I'll say 50. I'll be an
Yeah, I'll
actual
give
adult.
myself another
I'll
15
give
years.
myself another. Yeah, I'll give myself another.
You know what I mean?
You know,
All right.
20 years.
Yeah, I could
Alright,
see
I can
that.
see
I
this.
could
First off-
definitely
first
see that.
off-
South Park.
Honestly,
The
it was
movie.
there were certain places in the United States that didn't play
Right,
this.
I could see that shit.
Because they
they're
were
always
just
over the
raunchy.
top, right?
They just raunchy. They'll call you gay. They'll call you a black.
But that's what they're
black.
known for.
They'll call you a black imbecile. They'll call you.
The thing that I like
your
about
nose
them-
Jewish.
The thing I like about them
don't care.
is they discriminate, but they don't
No, they discriminate. They don't discriminate.
Right.
They come at everybody
discriminate
equally.
about-
They discriminate against everybody.
right.
Yep, you're right. They discriminate
Everybody.
against everybody.
Everybody.
Listen, they've talked about black people. They've talked about. They actually talk about Jews more than they talk about anybody.
Oh,
but,
definitely, because of Kyle.
Yeah, and the creator of it is a Jew, so he can
He
throws
can
jabs.
technically do that.
Yeah, he can technically do that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But they definitely come at Chinese people. They definitely come at Chinese people. And
Mm-hmm.
the thing is, the funny thing about like when they come at like Hispanics too, oh man, they come at black people like man, because I know a lot of people is like, listen, he comes. It was just like the Chappelle Show. The Chappelle Show, he came at everybody. He made fun of black
Oh,
people.
dude,
he
that's
made
why
fun
it's so
of white
successful.
people. He made fun of Mexicans. He made fun of Jewish people.
Everybody.
He he made fun of homeless people.
Now with the
'Cause-
cancel culture, it's a fucking thing.
Listen,
but
whatever happened to picking a group we can make fun of?
right.
Listen, listen. Us skinny guys, we caught flack for a little while until we started taking y'all girls, and then it was like, oh yeah, well you know what we got now, buddy. You know why she likes us skinny guys. And once the ladies loved us, it was done.
But I do think we should save this list for the next
Let's do it.
episode.
We're
an
at
hour.
6.
We're
Listen,
at 6.
it's been a pleasure, man.
All right. It's been. I'll take my news with coffee, and we'll be back to do this ish.
Oh, we gonna be back, and we gonna be back again.